From here on in, you take the bus. You know, but anyway, so that's what we're gonna do. So to put our struts in place, I want to make a couple of holes. So we're gonna have to use the pie axe. We're gonna make a hole here on this side. We're gonna make a hole on the other side, and then we're gonna extend our Rescue 42 Juniors. Your hook, you're gonna disconnect and send the hook over to the other side. And then he's gonna send his back to you, and we're gonna put a ground pad to ground pad. And then you're gonna crank those up exactly at the same time. When you do this, you don't have to lift this. You know, you can just do this. All right.
You guys need more strap, you think?
Maybe a little bit. We'll be right with you. So at what angle do we put these? 45 to 7. Sure.
Yeah.
Cut it, call for the cutter. Okay. Give him a bit more. Cutter. Okay,
Can I stay inside?
Good boy. Good job. Go to the inside. That's it. Nice work.
Yeah,
Right,
give
give him some more room. And then we're gonna take the line. Better.
Want to control that now, Pete? We'll just walk that out.
Actually, if you just grab that door handle, that door, outside door handle might work. There you go, nice and easy, right guys? Nice and quiet. If we have somebody's arm under there, how quick is that? So, I know it takes a lot of fun away from using the tool, but it's straight edge, right? Yeah. Practical. Do the same thing here. Let's give them down low. Look at the spreader, we'll introduce the cutter again. Here, cut it over to you. All right. Yeah. Then I'm going to give you this one and make that cut. Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going?
Yeah, give it some room. Drop it, take over right now. You popped it, that's it. Close it up. Okay, you can take that out. That way our tools don't interfere with each other, right? Beautiful. That's good teamwork, fellas. Nice. So, usually what happens, guys, is just swing this door open violently, right? When you're aware of the fact that this window frame is using a foot magnet. So you want to start taking those window frames and cut them outside. This door is the cover, take the cover. Check it, test it. If it's not separating, there's going to be some other reason. I guarantee you when we flip it over, the problem falls down.
Flip that little bit of head.
Put that door on.
Common sense right there.
This way, guys, we got our medic, we got our patient, take this away from the car, make them noise, work on the guy, blow him or her, and you know what, it's better patient care, right? Have to deal with that inside.
Tell me what you're doing here today, sir.
We're doing some extrication training with the Cobourg Fire Department. We're doing some we're talking about new vehicle technology and how it affects us as rescuers. We're trying some different scenarios that they haven't been used to doing, and we're also utilizing the tools to get them to become more familiar and comfortable with how the tools work, how to position the tools. We're learning about not only tool reaction, but metal reaction, metal relocation, some new car technology, and how it's going to affect them in the future when they're out on the highway.
With things happening, electric cars, does that bring a whole new thing into the mix?
It sure does. We went over the Mustang this morning, the new Mustang E, and did a little bit of educational talk on the components of the new Mach-E. And electric vehicles they're here. They're here to stay. They're coming more and more every year. Every manufacturer has them. It is the way of the future, and it's something that we have to become more used to, not only seeing, working on. They are going to be involved in motor vehicle collisions as well, and we have to learn how to mitigate those accident scenes.
What's the most important thing about extrication?
Personal safety, patient care, utilizing your tools properly, working as a team. There's a whole gamut of things that we focus on. Some of it's even choreographed to tool timing and who's moving in and out with a spreader or a cutter type thing, because we're trying to bring our extrication time down to approximately 8 minutes. And,
no matter
today,
what.
yeah, no matter what the scenario, you know, we look at we read the accident as we arrive on scene. Our commanding officer formulates his plan, and he tells us what his plan is at that moment, and then we execute it. So if he comes to us and says, I need to get the roof, you guys need to get the roof off this car, we know how to get the roof off this car. If he tells us we have to get the side off the car, we decide whether we want to do one door at a time or a total side removal, all based on patient condition. We like to converse with the medics because we would like that information to know whether it is going to become a rapid extrication or not. And at that time, we will determine what our game plan will be collectively.
How's it going today?
Fabulous. The Cobourg Fire Department's blessed to have some new leadership. They also have a bunch of new firefighters here that are very willing and eager to learn, along with some of the older fellas that are actually learning a lot of new tricks. I hear quite often that's not the way we used to do things, but I like the way things are changing. So as a young department out here in Eastern Ontario, I think things are on the up and up for this department, and they're doing very well. So we want to make sure that the windows are both open, both accessible. When we come into a bus, if we decide to come in the front, we'll have an entry officer, we'll have an exit officer. So the flow is in from the front, out through the back. All right. In the event that we do have a bus fire and we're on scene, we get them out as quickly as possible. It's not always pretty, but it has to happen. So we might get the back door open, and without building any type of cribbing as steps, we're just handing people out. Okay. Pass the inside, so you want to do the top one?
Okay.
On the front door up.
longer blade, maybe a new one. New blade.
Go ahead and look at it.
Can I get a softball ready to cut the windshield? All C posts all cut. Working on the A-ring passenger side. Right. So before we make that A cut, on the other side, let's have a guy inside cut the glass. And we'll have something to cover the paving front. That through? Yep. Can I get the tool out of the way? Okay, to the back.
So, can you tell me how beneficial is this training?
It's amazing to get hands-on experience, and a scenario-based training like this is priceless. Chadwick's Towing is super generous to give us this whole property. They donated these vehicles, this trailer, for us to train on. Not a lot of departments don't get to do this. Our chief has a guy an instructor for AutoX. We have him for 4 days. Our entire department is going through this right now. We get hands-on our tools, and it's amazing. It's just the more we can do this, the better we can be at our jobs.